Well, good morning, everyone, from Clearwater, Florida. I'm popping in today just to give you an update on the art that I'm in the process of creating. This is a textile illustration. It's comprised of fabric collage, some embellishing, some hand embroidery, and these are the different tools that I'm going to be using. So I thought that it would be interesting as I continue this work because it is a long process. This isn't something that I will ever go on YouTube and you'll be able to follow along because I do intense work and it takes me a long time to do it. And so this has been going on for some time now because I work in stages. So this is the way I work. I create the background first, and this is on white denim. I can show you the white denim. It's been embellished. You can see all this dyed silk. See the dyed silk? The dyed silk gets embellished through a embellishing machine. You can use a hand needle and poke this, stab the heck out of it. I've got some dyed cheesecloth. This lace that you see, this really fine, the clouds, was created using my Aurifil 12 weight collection. So this is the collection that I have. This is called a Splash of Texture, and you can only get it in my website. If you look for 12 weight collections like this, very, very hard to find. I put this together. So I'm using from my collection, the Aurifil 12 weight thread over water soluble. And you'll see how I sprinkle it into the sky. There's some more dyed cheesecloth, and I layer the cheesecloth so that I can get it, as you can see, I can get it in a little bit more dense. I can get it softer just by rolling it, twisting it, and that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm creating this. Now, when I go into the piece, I know that I've got to leave extra all around it. So if you were to do a painting, you would leave that extra area out of it so you can crop it. I'm probably going to be doing a canvas wrap for this. That means you twist and pull the side over. So I know that where this embroidery ends, it's actually going to end a little bit inside here because I'm going to flip it. I want to talk to you about the beautiful products that I'm using. So it's red. This basically is all put down now, and I'm ready to put the next layer on. So what does that mean? That means I had to lay all this grass for the prairie all down, and now I'm going to go in and I'm going to use more threads and silks, and I'm going to embroider all of this in by hand. And I'll be building this field so that when you look back and stand back from it, you're going to see all these beautiful flowers. Now, the main character of the story, main characters, are a mother and her foal, and so this has been done with fabric collage. The fabric collage, it's not one big piece of fabric. It's a tiny, it's lots of little cuts and twists and snippets of fabric. And then I build the collage, and I built this on, this is just a soft, easy, thin muslin. This is Shape Flex by Pellon, and I'm able to do that thread painting. I need to do that heavy thread painting, but I don't want it too stiff. The reason I don't want it too stiff is I don't want it to add it to the background, and it becomes this big cardboard. Okay, I don't know why you're the only one with no sound. Does anybody hear me? Is anybody hearing me? I'll wait to see if anybody hears me. Anybody hearing me? Interesting. All right, I can't type in here. It doesn't let me text in here to ask if you're hearing me. Oh, Christy Lee can hear me. Okay, so one person can't hear me. Great. Thanks, Christy, for letting me know. I appreciate it. Thank you, Terry, for letting me know. I appreciate that. Thank you, Judy. Boy, you guys are up early today. Everybody can hear me. Thanks, Debbie. So this isn't Tuesday with Turner. This is Friday with Turner, and I'm just giving you a little update on what's going on with this particular illustration. So if you stand back, you can see that it comes in layers. Thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate it. Thank you, Sharon. And I'm working on it. Nova Scotia. Hi, Karen. Nice to see you. Thanks, Sharon. Okay, so I'm doing this piece. It's about 36 by 30. I'm comfortable with a piece this big. If it gets any larger, it becomes, and you've seen my work, if it gets larger, it's a little, it's intense. It's intense work. This piece is done the same way. I've done the background, middle ground, and foreground, and that's what I'm doing here. And as I told you before, I do a lot of hand work. So this is all hand embroidered, and let's zoom in so you can see these fine, fine stitches. So these are all tiny little stitches. These are called straight stitches, really, is what this is doing, little seed stitches. And then I'll go over it and I'll do these fly stitches. That's what they're called. And you put these little fly stitches and you overlay. See the little overlapping? Yes, I know. I'm anal about this stuff. I'm obsessed with doing this work, but I love it. I absolutely love it because it really builds that texture for this piece. So you can see the background is white denim. I embellished dyed silk. This is, and you can see all these beautiful, see this gorgeous variations you get because it's dyed silk. No, I don't do my own dyeing. I purchased this because I can't be bothered with dyeing silk. If you dye silk, great. I'm happy for you. It's a wonderful pastime. I've tried dyeing things. It's not my cup of tea. So here we have some, and you can see in the sky, look at these gorgeous colors of these dyed silks. See how it gives me that painterly effect? It's like a watercolor. Let me move this out of the way so you can see it a little better. And so I lay all this background down and I sketch it and I say, where's the horse going? Because I don't really want to build this area up. You can see I put the center here. I don't want to build this area up too thick because I'm going to be doing all this thread painting of this horse and I'm going to be layering it in over top of it. So the first thing I need to do before I can get the horses into this painting, because they are middle ground, is I got to get the background done. So I'm going to do the background, get this all done. As you can see, this is all going to be done. The horses will be over top of the background. Now, as we come in forward, oh my goodness, all the details certainly is your passion. Beautiful. I'm so happy you shared your process. Oh, you're very welcome, Judy. I'm glad that you can understand my process. That's great. And also, take a look at the background fabric. I'm stitching over a beautiful ombre or a gradient. In the graphic design world, we call this a gradient. I didn't even know what an ombre was until I started in the sewing industry. But this is a gradient from a lighter shade to the darker shade in the foreground. And I chose this fabric to stitch over top of it because I knew it would give it some added interest. So this will all be covered. The horses will be over this. You won't even see this. But I chose. So when you're doing this work, look for interesting fabrics to stitch over. Now, I don't expect you all to go out and run out and do hand embroidery. But I'm just saying that I like to use a lot of different techniques in my work. And I'm going to be using these, more of these products. This is from Color Streams. They're in Queensland, Australia. Look them up, colorstreams.com, and there's the, I'm going to show you so you can see how, right there, Color Streams, that's their logo, and that's how you spell it, C-O-L-O-U-R, streams.com. Find them. This is a product that, believe me, I have searched far and wide to find variegated and beautiful, shining and lustrous flosses to stitch with, and I found them with Color Streams. I love, love, love this company. And yes, it's worth the wait to get them from Australia. Wasn't too bad last time. I think I ordered them, got them in 3 weeks, Dean? Yeah, about 3 weeks. It took me about 3 weeks to get them, and that's okay with me. And they have ribbons, so I'm going to be using some ribbon in this work. So let's take a look at the ribbons. See how they're dyed, and then they go from soft colors to dark colors. All these different colors, they'll all be in my work. And if you choose these tools, these interesting tools, it will add it gives your work luster. So here's some more. These are called silken strands. There, see the shininess that they're going to add? And that will go into this next layer as I build this little grassland for the horses to, that is the setting for the story, right? Everything I'm doing is a story. I'm trying to illustrate a story. What's going on here? Well, it's a beautiful blue sky day with some clouds blowing. They're in a field, a colorful field, and it's a mother and foal, a mare and foal, and this is just the beginning. There's going to be a lot more embellishing. There's a lot more that goes into this. This is just a few of the techniques that I'm using. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'll try to post more and show you the process and the progress of this work. You know my finished work. So when I get done, there's a lot of hand work. All of this was done by hand. I happened to be teaching a class in Italy at the time. I couldn't put this on the plane, so I decided to take water-soluble, some netting, so I just used some tulle. I took all of my hand embroidery floss with me, and when Dean and I had some downtime back in the room, I would sit and do this handwork. And then when I came back, when I came home, I was able to add that into the foreground. I'm going to back up so you can see it. So look how this really looks like they're in a grassy land. Now, these are the Corolla wild horses from North Carolina, and I wanted to make a big splash. And so how did I do that big splash? I used 12-weight white. There's also some lamb locks in here. There's silk noil. There's hand embroidery, French knots. I'll show you the lamb locks so you can see how you get those curly cues. See the curly cues in the water? That's all done with felting. Here's some more. You can see these little curlicues popping out of the water. You can't get that unless you use a specific product, and it took me a long time to practice and experiment. Here's some dyed silk ribbon. There's that dyed silk ribbon. It's in the water line, and that gives that, see how I put that in the water and it just gives that nice ripple? So I'm working always like a painter. I'm an artist. I don't expect you to be artists. I expect you to be observant. And so when everybody takes a class from me, I tell them that every time. You do not have to be an artist. You need to be observant. If you want to get these products, go to colorstreams.com. Fantastic. They're worth it. If you want to do 12-weight work the way I'm doing, I'm hand stitching with this too. So all of these things that you see I'm doing are hand. I'm doing all hand work in this, and I'm using Aurifil 12-weight thread. And so I just wanted to give you an update. That's what I'm working on today. This weekend, I'll be moving a little bit more on this piece because, again, this is just the bottom layer, and now all of this grassland gets the second layer, and I'll be going in here with different techniques of stitching and building this up. It's a process. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys again. Don't forget I have a thread painting webinar. It's actually a demonstration, March 27th. It's at 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. It is recorded. Just go to my website, calicohorses.com, and you can learn more about all the things that I do. And remember, everything I do helps endangered animals, so your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye.